Dear friends of Unboxxxo, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe, like and share if you want my channel to grow even just a little bit each and every week. Now, today I'm gonna show you some footage of me using this beautiful Parkside impact driver, which I got for less than 60 bucks at my local Lidl, and is made by Parkside Performance. The model is PDSSAP20 LI-B3, and it's a little wonderful impact driver, guys. This one is ever so good. It's tiny, it's light, it's performing in a very awesome way, and I really advise you to get it if you see it at your local Lidl. Let me show you something here. First of all, it's tiny. It's really tiny. It weighs around 2 pounds, and 2 pounds for the 8 ampere hour modern ready to connect battery, and is very balanced once you use it with the battery. So it's something which is not gonna get you too tired even after a full day of work, and it's very fast and powerful. And just to let you know, it's even a little too powerful, because for real, I really need to get accustomed to this one, because I have the green version and this one is a freaking little monster. Now, let me show you the sticker in the back. 0 to 360 revolutions per minute. 20V, it's a 20 volt cordless impact driver, of course. And as you can see, we got 4 different Newton meters regulations here. So between 120 and 226, we got a second level for 150 Newton meters and a third one for 190 Newton meters. Now guys, by using the app, you can even set up the timing of your LED, or you can set up the kind of deal you want on the battery consumption. So you can use either a performance kind of deal, or you can be saving some battery life. Now, the nice thing is that you can pretty much set up anything you want on the Lidl Home app. It is brushless, it is light enough, it is small enough, as you can see. And I've got small hands, so it's tiny. This is tiny, but still is very usable and beautiful. Now, this model, it's the B3 model. It's very promising because it should solve the sleeping problem. So the models before had a sleep mode which would stop them while they were working, and they would be stressing the user out. So in order to solve it, you had to bridge wires, etc. So no more sleeping for this brushless impact driver, and no mechanical issues. And also the engine, the motor inside, should be a little more performing. Now let's see. Okay, let's see the front of the drill. Here you can insert any kind of X bit. Let me show you something here. For example, this one, which is nice and loose. Okay, so you insert it just by pushing, and in order to take it out, you gotta pull on this little socket and take it out. Now guys, this is ever so powerful. I really advise you to, well, to try it out a little bit before you go and perform any work with it, because for real, you have the risk of destroying everything. I am not using it right now for screws, because I am a little bit on the trial and error period of time with this tool, because it's a little too fast and it is progressive. But as you can see, with a touch of your finger, this thing goes nuts, and it gets ever so powerful. You risk to destroy everything. You should really get accustomed to it before you bring it on a job site, because it's kind of difficult to handle, in my opinion. Wonderful price, wonderful piece for the price. Really advise to all of you guys around there, if you see it at Lidl UK, go there, buy one, buy two. It's really a bargain for the price. And let's be honest with you, it looks freaking amazing. Look at how small it is. It's really comparable to the size of a modern DeWalt or Milwaukee. Obviously, I know the quality should be a little lower, well, much lower, since this one costs a fraction of a regular impact driver. This is so awesome, guys. So now let me show you the footage of me undoing and then putting back a home gym. There were some nuts which were over tightened. I over tightened them. I was just a kid, you know. I exaggerated and I went over 120 Newton meters on the bolts and nuts of my home gym rack. So I really needed this one. And if I wouldn't have this one, I would have destroyed my hands. And to be honest, it was ever so helpful. Now, it's super beautiful. I'm gonna show you that this LED is so powerful, you can literally use it as a night lamp or something like that for emergencies. And anyway, you can regulate it with the app, so good thing, right? Plus, with the 8 ampere hour battery, I think you can use this little monster for a few days without problems. If you don't use it all day, of course. I mean, I have been using this one for around a week now, like half an hour each and every day. And I want to be honest, I don't know how the battery is still on the green light. Probably I have not been using it in such tough situations, but I'm trying to get accustomed, you know, to using this one because it's way smaller than the green one. So I think this model suits my needs a little better. The only thing, it's a little too powerful, so I really gotta learn how to perform with it without, you know, wrecking my jobs. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna show you the footage right now. So first of all, let me show you the app. I find it very useful to set up our little impact driver, but to be honest, I don't think I'm ever gonna use the app during a job or something like that. I would find it pretty awkward and unuseful. But before we can, you know, before we go to work, we can really simply set up some things. For example, we can either have the LED or not. As you can see, I can deactivate the LED. Let's put it back on. And the nice thing is that any change we make is immediately there. It's like it actualizes immediately. I can regulate the timing of the LED. So now, for example, it's at 2 seconds and we can pretty much see if it works. 1, 2. So yes, it does work. And we can even, of course, I'm putting it back right now because I want it at 7 seconds. I want it to last a little bit more, to be honest. But we can even regulate how bright the LED should be. So in my case, for example, I didn't want it to be 100 because it's a little too powerful. So I want to lower it in order to save some battery, and at the same time I don't want it to be blinding, you know what I mean? I don't want to, you know, have this super strong LED in my eyes all the time while I'm working. So, you know, I'm trying different setups. For example, at 50% it's a little less bright, it's a little better, but I think I'm gonna go as low as I can. So this way, you know, I don't blind myself every 10 seconds, especially because when you use this kind of stuff, it's probably because you have dozens of, or probably hundreds of screws to work on. So, you know, having that light in your eyes for all that time is really, you know, nerve-wracking. So the nice thing about this app is that it really makes it customizable, and I love custom things. I love to decide myself if I want a strong LED or a, you know, little less bright LED. I want to decide myself if I want it to last 7 seconds, 10 seconds, 50 seconds. I find this app very useful for the initial setup of our experience using this impact driver. Now, the nice thing about this app is that it's free, so you can customize pretty much everything and make it, suitable for your user experience, and you don't even have to pay anything. Plus, with this application, we can also have a nice, you know, a nice way to bring up to date our battery firmware. Every now and then there's gonna be probably a firmware update, so we don't even have to mess around with computers and stuff. We can just literally scroll down and find the firmware version, and well, yeah, we can update the firmware with a cell phone without even having a computer or something, as long as we have a Wi-Fi connection. This is lovely. There is nothing not to love about this application, in my opinion. We can even use different levels of Newton meters, even though I don't think it's really necessary because you can set it with the push of a button. But still, if it breaks down on us on a job site, we can use the app and it's gonna work anyway. So now guys, I wanted to show you how it does as a night light, because this is ever so funny. The LED is so powerful at maximum intensity that you can literally use it around the house if you have a power outage. And I'm gonna show you myself using it even on the stairs, because it's ever so powerful that you can even lighten up your stairs if there is any problem in the building. So I know we are not going to use it for this purpose. I just wanted to show you how exaggerated the power of this LED is. And so you should really tune it down a little bit, or a lot in my opinion, so you don't blind yourself every 10 seconds, because this is a little too much. I mean, I love it. I love the impact driver. They overdid it with the LED. I don't know where or if ever you are gonna need such a powerful LED, but well, they included the LED in the impact driver, so you know, whatever. Let's try to use it right now. I'm gonna show you this little gym rack, which I use it for squatting and stuff. And as you can see on the 120 Newton meters, it was even difficult to make the little bolt spin. But after some time, I'm just showing you just some untying of these bolts. But now let's try, to open them up on 150 Newton meters power, because 120 was nothing. They were still stuck. I really overdid them, over tightened them. I was just a kid. I was so happy for the new home gym, etc., that I could buy with my first job. And when I went there, I thought the more I tighten these nuts, the better it's gonna perform. It's never gonna give up on me. And I lift pretty heavy weights because I'm a power lifter. So, even though I was a kid, I already was plenty strong. So I was like, yeah, the more I tighten it, the better. And it was not. In fact, 120 Newton meters is not enough to move any of these bolts, and I had to go over 150 and sometimes 190 Newton meters on the power button in order to untie or unscrew these bolts and be able to move my home gym, because I am moving from a region to another one of my country. So it's a rough time for me and my family, because it's, how messy these kind of things are. So imagine if I had to, let's say, disassemble and reassemble by hands, or just with a racket, with a wrench, this home gym, it would have taken me like 3 hours. Instead, 20 minutes of work and it was done. And I even put it back together again after moving, and it took me like 20 minutes. I put it on 120 newton meters. Obviously, I didn't over tighten anything this time, thanks God, and it was a flawless job. I mean, such an amazing job. This little impact driver is tiny, is perfect, is light. I am ever so satisfied, guys. And plus, I'm using these sockets that you see, which are making such a good job each and every time. They are from Ginur. It's a brand you can find on the Amazon, and I paid them around what, 50 euros on November. Probably you're gonna be able to find them even in UK for something like 40 quids or something like that. And they are such a good chromium vanadium sockets for the price. I mean, I paid them 50, so they are around 20 pieces from size 8 to 24, and plus two extensions, one of 5 inches, one of 10 inches. So pretty amazing set. I'm gonna show you right now um, what I'm talking about, so you can go on Amazon and you can find it if you want to for yourself. So guys, I really advise you to buy this wonderful tool. It's so amazing. I really don't know how they can sell it for 50 bucks, but to be honest, well, let's take profit of this wonderful offer. I mean, 50 euros for something so small, so light, and so powerful. I have never seen something like that. I love you all, guys. I thank you ever so much. Please subscribe if you didn't, and see you next time. Goodbye from Unboxxxo.